नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल सभी लोगों को हरिता का प्यार भरा नमस्कार। आपको लगता होगा कि अचानक से ये ट्यूसडे को क्यों टपक पड़ती है, बिकॉज लॉकडाउन है सिडनी में और ट्यूसडे का ये जो लंच टाइम है ना वो सभी के लिए थोड़ा सा आरामदायी हो जाता है। तो मुझे लगा कि चलिए आप लोगों के साथ एवरी ट्यूसडे को रूबरू हुआ जाए। और ये जो सीरीज है जो हम स्पेशली कर रहे हैं उन लोगों के साथ जिन लोगों ने एक बहुत बड़ा तगड़ा सा जंप मारा, दे डिसाइडेड कि चलो अपनी जॉब को बाय बाय करते हैं। हमारी सो कॉल्ड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जॉब, हाई प्रोफाइल जॉब, हाई पेइंग जॉब विद गुड डेजिग्नेशन, गुड टैग, उसको छोड़कर टाटा बाय बाय कर कर कुछ अपना आशिया बनाया जाए, कुछ अपनी चीज की। तो इस सीरीज के आज दूसरे एपिसोड में मेरे साथ हैं सिडनी बेस्ड फॉर्मर मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर और करंट माइंडसेट कोच, यानी दोनों एम दोनों उसी क्षेत्र में लेकिन डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट के साथ काम करने वाली जसनीत। जसनीत, वेलकम टू हरिता's conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. Really, really happy to be here.
तुम्हारी स्माइल देख के लोगों को आधा दिन तो ऐसे ही ठीक हो जाती है, आधा तो माइंडसेट यूं ही सेट हो जाता है।
Thank you.
और वेलबींग भी ऑटोमेटिकली कहीं ना कहीं से वो पॉजिटिव वाइब्स शुरू हो जाते हैं। तो चलिए आपकी कहानी से शुरू करते हैं। अचानक से क्या हुआ? इतनी अच्छी जॉब थी, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर, हमारी सोसाइटी में लोग बोलते हैं कि इतना अच्छा सा डेजिग्नेशन था सिडनी में, तो क्या हुआ? अचानक से क्यों उसको बाय बाय बोलने का मन हो गया?
To be honest, I actually, when I was studying engineering, I just did engineering because everyone in my family is an engineer, right? So it just automatically like, okay, I grew up obviously with dad teaching me all of these things. So I'm like, okay, I can't think of anything else but being an engineer. That's what I ended up doing without even thinking twice about it. And a few years into working, I found my passion for health and fitness, most importantly, strength training. So that's where I started. And then I didn't mind doing engineering, but again, when you have that calling, that passion, something's pulling you, that's the kind of thing that I felt. And that's why I decided to jump into it, take the risk, not worrying about what my parents are going to say. That was the most petrifying thing, to be honest, telling my dad. But yeah, here I am, 4 years, no regrets at all.
That's so good. तो जैसे कि आपने कहा वो 3 इडियट्स में आता है ना, इंजीनियर बनेगी, डॉक्टर बनेगी, somewhat similar to your story because family is an engineer and now she is the next engineer in our family dynasty of engineers. So how was the feeling when you were sharing with your father? Because you said it was petrifying experience. You might be thinking thousands of things. पापा क्या सोचेंगे, क्या कहेंगे? And
Yeah.
start with the fitness thing, which is not very sure, certain, secure kind of, initiative at that time.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially fitness field, like personal training and things like that. It's a very new concept for Indian culture. And I'm going to tell you, to be honest, I did not tell my dad that I was quitting my job. I lied to him and I told him I was being redundant. I was being made redundant. But obviously, I just wanted to prove to him that I can actually do this. And once my business picked up, I eventually told him that this was the reality. But yeah, so in Indian culture, like, it's always like it's a huge pressure that you need to have a fixed income, have good, like a secure job. And I had all of that. And to let that go, no one, like my mom's very chill with these kind of things. She supported me throughout. My partner is very helpful as well. That was the only scary part because he told me that when I graduated from my engineering uni, he's told me I am the proudest father today when I graduated. So I'm like, to shatter his dreams, but at the end of the day, I had to tell myself what really makes me happy. What do I want to do that if I wake up every single morning, I wake up excited to do. So this was it.
ओके, सो आपने कहा कि एक्साइटेड टू वेकम, और पापा का रिएक्शन भी बहुत जोरदार रहा होगा जब उनको रियलिटी पता चली कि अरे बाप रे, इस लड़की ने तो बॉम्ब गिरा दिया। तो आप बताओ कि आपका ये फिटनेस के साथ जो कनेक्शन है वो कैसे शुरू हुआ? बिकॉज आपने कहा कि आपको यू डोंट माइंड डूइंग द जॉब, डोंट माइंड डूइंग द वर्क, बट वो जो कॉलिंग है वो कैसे है? क्या वो बचपन से ही कहीं ना कहीं था और छुपा हुआ था, और समथिंग हैपेंड एंड यू डिसाइडेड नहीं, आई एम बेटर टू बी अ कोच देन टू बी एन इंजीनियर?
To be honest, up until 5 years back, I didn't know what was my passion. So, just as a hello,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, I think I lost you. Your video went off.
No, I just put it on a solo mode.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. What happened was back in 2011, my brother passed away. It was a sudden accident. So he was 3 years elder than me. But at that time, I was studying, doing my engineering degree. I was in my final year back then. And because the final year just kept me busy, I just kept myself busy. I didn't realize how hard it had hit me internally and mentally and emotionally until like 2.5 years after my graduation and after my brother had passed away. So depression hit real bad, and I didn't feel like going out. I didn't feel like doing anything. So I started exercising at home, and that just to keep myself busy, to keep my mind busy. And because of that, I realized that my mental health was getting a lot better. I was coming out of my depression. I was feeling much better. And when I started doing that more and more, I realized that there are so many people out there who might be going through a similar situation as I was. I didn't know what I was going through. In Indian culture, sadly, depression is considered almost like a taboo. So for for me, I was like, no one knew I was going through depression. I couldn't talk to anyone. So I'm like, I want to be there for other people who might be going through mental health issues and things like that. And if I can help them through physical fitness, then that would be awesome. And that was sort of my drive. And I'm like, okay, this is what I really want to do.
That's so good. So if I'm not wrong, Jasneet, you do everything online, right? So how does your things work? Because online is also a scary platform. Sometimes you get a super good response. Sometimes you don't get anybody. You may get real people. You may not get real people. To sustain a business completely on the online, now we are getting used to it online thing, but still, in the fitness, it's always a question mark. How do you deal with those question marks?
So I did actually start with in-person training first because I wanted to get hands-on experience with training people. And I'm still doing in-person training, but majority of my business is online for sure. And that's why it actually helped me through COVID as well, because I already had a good business running online. So that was good. I was very grateful. But yes, online, it's a different game. It's a stressful game too. It all looks very fun, like, oh, you get to post every single day, you get to be on social media every single day, but it has a lot of negative repercussions for sure, like constantly keeping up with what Instagram wants, what Facebook wants for them to push your content out. Definitely it's been a roller coaster, but I feel now I finally got a good hang of it. And honestly, with any business, online, in person, whatever, there's always going to be highs and lows. And that's sort of the exciting part of a business. Like, you don't know how much your income's going to be this month, right? And every month you start like, okay, this is my goal for this month. And you're shooting for that goal, working hard, reaching out to people, turning them into clients. That's kind of the fun of it. And I love every single part of that.
So it's like every day is a new beginning, every moment. That's what Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so before we ask about exactly what do you do and if you can share some tips or something, let me ask you about the COVID.
Hmm.
Because COVID is like, kind of new normal coming into our life, and we have to adjust everything according to that. And I think during this period, we also need a lot of support and health when it comes to mental and physical health. Where your role fit into that, and how the COVID impacted you or your business in any way? Did it throw any stone, or it's okay?
It definitely was a new thing that I had to adapt to, like everyone else,
Yeah.
because I at that time, beginning of 2020, I had a lot of in-person clients. I used to do personal training morning and in the evening, and then suddenly this hit, and a lot of my clients did not know what to do with this, because I was straight away I was offering them. I'm like, okay, because I do online coaching already. you guys can come along, I'll coach you. But they weren't people who do in-person training. They do in-person training because they feel they need someone to be there all the time to train them, right? So for them, this whole online coaching business is not really, it did not sit well with them. But what happened was, when a lot of my clients did end up doing online coaching with me, but a few of them, they did not train at all during those 3-4 months with me. But now that we are in lockdown again, they realize how negatively that lockdown impacted them mentally, that they're doing even more sessions with me now than they
Ah.
used to before. So like some of my clients who usually train 2 times a week with me, they're doing 4 to 5 sessions a week with me now. We do outdoor training, but yeah. So like people, it's good to see that people realize how physical fitness impacts our mental well-being as well. So
So my
yeah.
next question was the same. How your physical fitness impacts your mental well-being? Because especially when it comes to a woman, because you said you want to empower them.
Yeah.
Generally, it's seen, especially from the Indian subcontinent background. I'm not saying only of the India, but also whosoever country is there, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Generally, the tendency is that the women after a certain age, they don't do much of the physical activities. They
Yeah.
are more towards the girly thing or the household responsibilities towards that. And here the concept and the things are completely different. How do you think, do you see this bridges there, and how the physical fitness can help the women overall to get a better mental health?
So the bridge is definitely getting smaller and smaller now. People are realizing how important physical
Mhm.
training is, especially for women over 30s. Like as soon as we hit 30s, mid 30s, our health sort of starts deteriorating. Like no matter what we do, especially our like, you must have heard how females are more prone to bone diseases, right?
Mhm.
Osteoporosis and things like that, because our bone density starts declining way faster than in a male body. So that's where strength training comes into play. So when I actually started my business, because me being Indian, I was attracting a lot of Indian women to my social media and whatnot. But it took me a while to make them understand why it is so important. So I think a big part of my job is to educate people, educate women through my social media and through my content, so that they can understand why am I pushing, or why other people are pushing physical fitness so much, and especially strength training. Women tend to be scared of weight training. To be honest, I'm a power lifter. I've done a powerlifting competition too, and my dad still is like, "Oh no, 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 you should not be lifting so heavy," and things like that. So that conditioning is still there. But that's sort of my passion, where I want to educate women that how important weight training is and how it impacts your mental health. I'll give you my example. I am someone, well, I am a little bit introvert even now. I was very anxious before this interview too, but I was a very quiet person, hardly ever used to talk to anyone, and talking to a stranger, just forget about it. But when I started training and I started seeing my physical strength get better, there's something in me that made me feel stronger in every aspect of my life. So I think that is something that really, really, so when you're getting stronger in the gym, it translates into your life, in your day-to-day life as well. It's very empowering. And that's what, obviously you will see there's tons of studies, scientific studies saying how physical activity impacts your mental health because of the endorphins and things like that. But for me, what I really focus on is getting stronger in the gym, so that you feel stronger mentally, emotionally, physically outside the gym as well.
So let's get back to the exercise or the things you do. If I can ask you three quick, simple things everybody needs to do, coming from the coach,
Yeah.
um, what would those three tips
Okay.
or
So,
three exercises be? Yeah.
so are you talking about just exercise, or just in general, what kind of tips I would give for overall well-being?
Yes. So, yes, because you are there, I would like to get the overall well-being, because as you have mentioned that you are setting the mindset.
Yeah.
So definitely there are two different aspects. And if you can give 3 tips for both aspects, it would be great.
Yeah, definitely. So for physical training, and I'm going to specifically tell about women because that's where I specialize. Obviously, these
Yeah.
tips apply to men as well. But for females, you need to be doing some sort of resistance training. That could be, if you're a beginner, it could be body weight training and eventually leading to weight training and things like
Mhm.
that. 3 sessions of resistance training per week, 30 to 45 minutes each. Focus on doing full body exercises. And then always start your exercise with big movements, like focus on your leg exercises first, moving on to your upper body exercises, and then finishing off with a core. So, and the last one is with females, we tend to have a lot of, it's called an anterior pelvic tilt, where we have an arch in our back. And that's why we have a lot of back issues. If we've sat down for too long, standing for too long, we tend to get back pains. It's very, very common. And especially women who actually wear heels to work, like they're regularly wearing heels and stuff. So it's the arch in the back is due to weak core and weak glutes. So really need to emphasize on strengthening your core. And when I say strengthen your core, doesn't mean doing millions of crunches. That's not doing anything. It's not going
Okay.
to help, because we have, I'm going to get a little bit technical, just 2 seconds. We have 2
Mhm.
layers to our core. The inner core is what we want to strengthen. That's going to help our spine safety. When we're doing crunches, it's working the superficial layer, which is the six pack, right? So the
Okay.
internal one is what I call the corset. We have a natural corset that holds everything, cinches everything in. That's what we need to be strengthening. So exercises like plank or doing exercises on unstable surfaces like a BOSU or something, that's going to switch on the right kind of core that you want to strengthen. And on top of that, of course, glute strengthening. So that means doing hip thrust, like strengthening your bum, really. That really, really helps you fix that posture. And if you have any back issues, those are going to go away because of that.
So that's the cool tips.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't need to go to doctor if you do it regularly. Don't need to go to doctor. It means that you will you will not go to the doctor at the average time where generally go. You can, take the time long,
Yeah.
maintain your physical fitness, and you be healthy.
Yeah.
So if I ask you about your jump, what are the 2 important things was in your mind when you jumped? If somebody is still there thinking to quit their 9 to 5 job, want to jump into this entrepreneur thing with their dream, their passion, sometimes after a few months it's like, no, I may have taken the wrong decisions. What to do when somebody wants to actually jump in and to avoid those question marks?
Okay, so first of all, so I think my answer will help answer both the questions, to be honest. When you're deciding to make the jump, ask yourself, do you see yourself doing this for the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years, right? And if it's still, think about it, if in the next 5 years, is it still going to make you excited? That's the most important thing, right? When I was working as an engineer, I was constantly creating in my head some hypothetical clients and creating programs sitting there where I was meant to be designing safety equipment. I was creating programs just randomly, right? And that's a sign when you can't stop thinking about something, that's could be a sign that that's your passion. And when you have followed that path, right, it's honestly our business or my business has had a lot of speed bumps, like every business does, right? But not even a single time I thought that, oh, maybe I made the mistake of quitting my job. Not even a single time. I get excited about those challenges. I get excited about the speed bumps. And I actually coach other fitness coaches with their businesses as well. I work with an academy where I got my online coaching certification. I'm one of their mentors. So I talk to fitness coaches, entrepreneurs all around the world. And there's a ton of them who are sitting on the edge of like, should I quit the job or not, right? I'm like, okay, now that you have practiced this part-time, coaching people and things like that, do you see yourself doing this for the next 10 years? If it is, then you need to take the leap right now. There's not going to be a perfect time.
Yeah.
There is no perfect time. You have to take the action. Once you're into it, then only you will know exactly if you can sustain that or not, right? And if you are in that state, for instance, where you feel like, oh, I think I regret quitting my job, You can just be like, okay, what else can I do? It's okay, it's part of it. I've failed so many projects. I wanted to start so many different projects in my business. I failed, right? But that doesn't mean that that line might not be for you. It's just that, okay, you failed at something, you learn, you take that information and apply to your next project and see how you can do better. So yeah, I think, yeah, if it's a passion, you won't regret it.
Okay. So don't worry about the failure. And I don't want to ask you about your failure journey because I'm sure every entrepreneur never had the smooth journey. Thank you so much, Jasneet, for your time. I really appreciate and I wish you all the very best. Before we
Thank
leave, just
you.
let people know how can they be in touch with you. Because
Okay,
as you
awesome.
said, you are available online. So across the world, people can get in touch with you.
Yes, absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram. It's livefit_lifestyle. So it's livefit without an E, LIVFIT_lifestyle. And on Facebook, it's just Jasneet Jhinger, JHINGER. But yeah, it was amazing to come on to your show. So really excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And just letting everybody know the link of her account on a Facebook, it's down in the comment box. And I'm also going to tag her. So don't worry if you don't remember, the same thing for the Instagram as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you so very much. Really appreciate your time and all the best.
Thank you.